Hey boys and girls, let's go ahead and read some more of Junie B. Jones and that Meanie Jim's birthday party. So we left off last time. She decided she was going to move. If she couldn't move her birthday sooner, then the only way around it was for her just to move. And then she gets a phone call. And who called her? Grandpa Frank Miller called her, and he said, you can't move because we have a special project to do, a fix-it job. And what were they going to fix? Do you remember? Her toilet, not her toilet, Grandpa Frank Miller's toilet. And so Junie B was very excited about all of that. But at the very end, after all this excitement about, this is how we're going to fix it, on Saturday, she says, well, I'm not available because I'm going to be moving. Okay, so let's begin with chapter 5, being a buzzing bee. Grandma and Grandpa Miller take turns babysitting me before lunch. Then they get me dressed for kindergarten. Except for today, Mother came home from work. She got me dressed instead. She said she would drive me to school. If I drive you, then you won't have to see Jim on the bus, she said, very thoughtful. She got out my clothes for school. It was my jumper with frogs on it. Yeah, only guess what? I'm not even wearing school clothes today on account of I'm moving, so I have to wear moving man clothes. Mother kept on trying to put that jumper on me. That's how come I made my legs and arms real stiff, so they wouldn't fit in there that good. Then me and Mother wrestled a teeny bit, and she stood me on my head and she pulled my tights on me. You're not moving, Junie B, she said. You're going to school, and that's final. Running away from your problems never solves anything. Yeah, only I'm not even running, I said. I'm calling Ryder Rents Trucks, and those guys will drive me. There she is trying to get her clothes on, and Mother is not. It is not an easy job for Mother. She's not having fun. Mother smiled. She tried to hug me, but I kept on staying real stiff. I stayed real stiff all the way in the car to school. Mother parked the car in the parking lot. Then she lifted me out the door, and she carried me real stiff to the playground. She stood me up in the grass. Everything will be fine. You'll see, she said. Just remember what Daddy and I told you. If anyone talks about the party, pretend it doesn't bother you. She kissed me goodbye on my stiff head. Just then, I heard voices hollering. Junie B, hey, Junie B, look what we got, they hollered. I turned around. It was my bestest friends, Lucille and that Grace, and they were running at me. Look, said Lucille, look what Jim gave us. It's invitations to his birthday party on Saturday. It's just like he told us, Junie B, said that Grace. He's really gonna have a petting zoo there. I quick covered my ears with my hands. Then I closed my eyes and I sang a loud song at them. It is called, I Can't Hear You, You're Not Even Bothering Me. I sang it at the top of my lungs. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're not even bothering me. Then I kept on singing and singing that thing until they went away. Also, they did the cuckoo sign at me. After that, I sat down in the grass all by myself, and I looked all around the playground. Lots of other children had invitations too. Darn it, I whispered. Darn it, darn it, darn it. That's when I saw that meanie Jim. He was giving an invitation to a boy named Crybaby William. Crybaby William is the scarediest cat in room 9. He is even scared of a tiny flea, I think. Just then, I sat up a little bit straighter, 'cause I just got another idea in my head, that's why. It was called, hey, maybe I can take William's invitation away from him. because he won't even chase me probably. And then I will have my own invitation, and William can get another one from that gym. And then everybody will get to go to the party, including me. I stood up from the grass. Then I squinted my eyes at crybaby William, and I started to run at him very slow. I ran faster and faster, till finally I was running as fast as a speeding bumblebee. I buzzed all around William, zippity quick. His eyes couldn't even follow me that good. Then I buzzed right in his face, and I quick grabbed that invitation out of his fingers. I run my fastest to the swing set. And guess what? William didn't even follow me. That's what. And here's more good news. William's invitation didn't even have his name on it. So that means it can be for anybody, probably. Only now it's mine, I said, because I will put my name on it when I get to room 9, and it will be my very own invitation. Just then, the bell rang for school. I put my invitation way down in my deep pocket. Okay, here she goes. And I skipped very happy to my class. Mrs. was standing outside of room 9. William was standing with her. His nose was sniffling a real lot. I tried to skip past them, but Mrs. grabbed the straps of my frog jumper. She pulled me back. Yeah, only I don't actually think this is good for the outfit, I said. Mrs. did a frown. Junie B, did you take something that belonged to William? She asked. No, I said, because his name wasn't even on it, and so that means it's for anybody, I think. Mrs. tapped her angry foot. Was William holding an invitation, Junie B? And did you snatch it out of his hands? And then did you run away from him? She asked. I smiled, very cute. I was buzzing like a bee. May I have it, please? She asked. May I have the invitation you took from William? I rocked back and forth on my feet, because I didn't want to give it to her, that's why. Yeah, only I think it might have bounced out of my pocket, I said. She bended down next to me. She leaned way into my face. I want that invitation, she said. Now. I did a gulp. Then I quick put my hand in my pocket. Good news, I found it, I said, very nervous. Give it to William, she said Mrs. Crybaby William put out his hand. I shoved it at him. Here, Mr. Stinky Head Tattle Boy, I said. Here's your stinky head invitation. Mrs. eyes got real big. Junie B. Jones, that's quite enough. Now you go sit down, and I don't want to hear another word. Do you understand, young lady? Not one more word. And so that's how come I walked very slumping to my seat, and I put my head on my table, and guess what? Laying low again, that's why. Chapter 6, Daydreaming. Mrs. took attendance. Attendance is when you say, I'm here, except if you're not here, you have to be quiet. And so we said, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. This is called opening ceremonies, I think. After that, we sat down and Mrs. passed out our workbooks. She told us the pages to turn to. It was work about different kinds of shapes, like circles and squares and triangles. I'm a breeze at that stuff. Only I couldn't even concentrate it very good on account of I kept daydreaming about the birthday party. Daydreaming is just like night dreaming, only it's not night, and you're not asleep, and you're not dreaming. I kept on thinking about how everybody was going to that party, only not me. I was the only one in all of room 9. I wish Lucille and Grace weren't going too, I thought just to myself, because that would be nice sports of them. After a while, I tapped on Lucille. You're my bestest good friend, I told her. Lucille smiled at me. You're my bestest good friend too, she said. I touched her new dress. You look very precious today, I said. Lucille fluffed herself. Well, thank you. You look very precious too, she said back. I touched her fingernails with polish on them. I wish you and me could be twins, I said. Me too. I wish you and me could be twins too, she said. Just then, my whole face got happy. Lucille, Lucille, I just thought of something. You and me can pretend we are twins, and we can do everything just the same. And so on Saturday, you can come to my house, and I will put nail polish on my nails just like you. And you will stay home from the birthday party just like me. Lucille didn't say anything back. I tapped on her. How come you're not talking, twin? I said. How come you're not saying anything back? 'Cause I want to go to the party, that's why, said Lucille. I did a huffy breath at her. Yes, Lucille, I know you want to go to the party, but now you and me are twins, and twins have to do everything just the same. And so if I don't go to the party, then you can't go to the party too, on account of on account of this is the twins' rules. No, it's not, said Lucille. My cousins are twins, and one is a boy, and one is a girl, and they don't do anything alike. I jumped up from my chair. Yeah, only that's not the kind of twin I want to be, madame, I yelled. Mrs. snapped her fingers at me. Sit down, she hollered. Just then, that Jim I hate turned around in his chair, and he laughed real mean at me, 'cause I was in trouble. Turn around, you fatty head, I said. Only he didn't turn around, and so that's how come I had to run to his table, and I had to turn it around for him. Junie B. Jones, shouted Mrs. What are you doing? I'm turning around his fatty head, I explained. Mrs. hurried to where I was. Then she quick took my arm, and she marched me into the hall. She pointed to the principal's office. Go, she said, real angry. I did a gulp. Yeah, only I'm not actually supposed to go there anymore, I said. 'Cause me and Mother had a talk about it, and she said for me not to get sent there again. Mrs. Face got as red as a tomato. She started counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's how come I hurried up and walked, 'cause teachers who count numbers are the scariest kind there is. Okay, this is Junie B. Jones turning around that fatty head of Meanie Jim. All right, we're going to hold it there. We'll see what happens. Poor Junie B. She has a good heart, I know, but does not always do the best things, does she?